Julius Malema just reacted to did a Sky News interview. Just reacted to the xenophobic march in Johannesburg, and he had some interesting comments. So let's go ahead and get that one.
Migration marches across South Africa, even here in downtown Johannesburg. What do you make of them?
It's clownish, stupid. There is no xenophobia in South Africa. It's just a group of charlatans, extortionists, disruptors, corrupt individuals who want to extort the foreign.
That I disagree with him. There is xenophobic sentiments. There is some xenophobia going on because you are targeting foreigners. But the people that are doing this, especially, they are mostly Zulus. Okay, so they are mostly Zulus from KwaZulu Natal around Durban area. They are mostly Zulus. They are most of these guys. They like to loot shops. They are criminals. They loot. So this is an opportunity for them to loot. This is like a band of criminals that have now a clear opportunity to find reason to loot. This is why they are targeting foreign shops. They are not going to people's workplaces because they're not interested in your jobs. They're not interested in people that are cleaning nails at the nail salon. That's not the jobs these people want to do. They just want to come and steal pop, which is like a cornmeal from your stores when you open your shops. They just want to be able to go in there and pick out some stuff for the day. This is why they're doing this. All these guys are jobless. There are no jobs in South Africa, which is why I said in my previous video, I don't know why people are moving there. There's no reason for you to. I heard it's good for business when you're selling stuff. This is why a lot of them are selling. But then where are these people getting money to buy if most of them are unemployed? I know there is a social network, social safety net system that gives them a few rands every month, but that's not enough to keep these businesses flourishing. So who is buying this product? You know, I saw another video of a lady, pharmacist, South African lady, that just got shot after opening a pharmacy shop. Robbery gone wrong. So the crime rate there is crazy. Like people don't know this, but crime in South Africa makes the hood in America look like a child. The hood in America has nothing on Johannesburg and the Cape Flats. It's not even close. See, people, my friends in America don't know this. The crime rate in South Africa makes the hood look like a joke. It's serious, man. It makes the hood in America looks like a joke. So I don't even know why people go there. There's much safer places to go if you're seeking refuge because there's a war in your country. You can go to much safer countries, Zimbabwe, Ghana, Zambia, Tanzania, Kenya, and you're gonna be respected and you're gonna be welcomed while your country figures it out. There's no reason for you to go to South Africa right now.
Nationals.
But is that not xenophobia targeting African foreign nationals?
That's why it's not xenophobia. It's gangsterism. It's sponsored by government. The government is fully involved to distract our people from major issues. How can an ordinary person handle a man in front of the police? Because it's a crime on its own. Let's go and check the cases of rape. Who raped South African women? South African men. Who beats up South African children? South African men. Majority of the prisoners there is not Zimbabwe, it's not Ghana, it's not Nigeria. It's not DRC. It's South African men. So when you say they are committing crime, why are they not in jail? Because they are not committing any crime. But they become an easy target.
And you've said about South Africa, we are still a traumatized nation and that trauma is real. What does a free, healed South Africa look like to you?
Well, it will take a generation. It will know. We can go to therapists and all of that. What they can do is to give us money. Those who colonized.
Well, that's where me and Malema disagree. This notion that if you pay reparations, people's trauma is just gonna go away. That's not true. That's not true. A traumatized person is the last person you want to give money to because they wouldn't know what to do with it. I think they should seek real reconciliation, maybe seek better opportunities for them. They are in control now. They don't control the wealth, but they control the power structures. So maybe they should come up with schemes that will provide a pathway to sustainable wealth for the black population. That is the only way out. This notion of just giving us reparations and giving a whole bunch of dollars to people that are just going to spend it on alcohol, because South African, see, Black American trauma is not equal to South African trauma. South African trauma is fresh, okay? At least in America, the laws are great. There's opportunity. There's still some problems. It's there. I'm never gonna minimize the problems that exist in America. It's still there. But it's multi-generational, so the impact has softened, and most people have channeled their own paths. There's a lot of black millionaires in America. There's a lot of black people with wealth in America. There's a lot of black professors. There's a lot of black people at the top of organizations, CEOs. When you talk about athletics, athletes, football, music, and just the global influence they've built for themselves through their own art that they've created for themselves. The South African blacks don't have that. They're starting to emerge on the music scene a little bit, but it's not as global. You have a few of them that have become global, but they've done it because of the success of Black America. They've been able to do it in the Hollywoods and in all these other stages on a Black American platform, even though they're Africans. Let's just be honest about it. That is just the truth. I'm talking about entertainment now. So in South Africa itself, these people don't have that. They don't. And they don't control the corporations, the wealth, the money, the land. Most of the land is still under white ownership. They are renting from white people. So they don't have the opportunity that Black America has. They don't. They are not fighters. At least here in the West, the black folks did fight, right? They did fight. They resisted when they were supposed to. In South Africa, they ran away. They ran away to Zambia and Zimbabwe. The only few of them that fought, Desmond Tutu and Nelson Mandela, they jailed them. They just didn't have the power to fight. They didn't have the strength to fight, and they were not united enough to fight because they were split into multi tribes. In America, all the black people were put together as one group of Black Americans. So it didn't matter how dark your skin was, or if you're just a third black, you were still considered black, and you had a common goal. Over there in South Africa, the Zulus are fighting a different battle. The what is that? The Xhosas are fighting a different battle, right? So it's completely different. It's broken up, and theirs is so fresh because it only happened in the 90s. I mean, they became independent, I think, in 1994. I was already in school when these guys were still under. I was born and I'd lived almost maybe 10 years before these guys became independent. And their independence was not really even independence, right? It was just a return to multi-party democracy. And because they are a majority of the population, they were able to win elections and take control over the country. So they have much deeper wounds to heal. And just giving them money is not going to fix those wounds. And that's where I disagree with Malema here.
Us and sponsored apartheid, there must be reparations for the victims of apartheid. And that is a good gesture. It will help to reduce the traumas we are subjected to. And that's why when it comes to our children, we try by all means to make sure that they remain children. They go to school, they are fed, they are in proper uniform, when they arrive home through child grants.
That's Julius Malema. For the record, he's been consistent when it comes to um, the issues with the whole xenophobic thing that is going on in South Africa. Ghana will repatriate its citizens out of South Africa. I think that the count is now 800. 800 Ghanaians will be returned to Ghana. The government is going to help them resettle in Ghana. These are free chartered flights from the government of Ghana to return them back to Ghana, because frankly, Ghana is doing well. Ghana is working. Ghana is doing well. I think people should. Okay, that's not a video. Ghana is doing pretty well. I think these people, if you're gonna go to South Africa to be a neotech, I think you're better off staying in Ghana and trying to see if you can find some opportunity in Ghana.